Only thing I want for him at this point, please get a shower. First and foremost, get a shower. I don't care if you're bleeding in the shower, wash your ass. Alright, that's first. Second, stitches. He needs stitches. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Anime Rainbow. Today I got for you My Hero Academia chapter 247. This is by far the most emotional chapter I have ever read in this series. Screw the civilians, okay? That's all I have to say about this. I originally was going to release a video yesterday compiling the last two chapters that I missed, but given that this chapter released today, I went ahead and read it, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to push it off until today because I just want to talk about these civilians right now and how trash they are. When I tell you this one character has been trying my patience these past chapters, I'm not joking, alright? Let this man Midoriya through. It's not that hard. And I don't know why I didn't say this last chapter, but Uraraka is 100% right. This is his school. He is enrolled in UA. He shouldn't have to be asking anyone to get through the front door besides the principal. That's it. What Uraraka did this chapter is what everybody should have did. She activates her quirk, she grabs the microphone, and she begins pleading with the civilians, calmly at first, I'll give her that, but the minute she realizes that doesn't work and common sense is just not getting through to these people, she goes with plan B, and her plan B would definitely have been my plan A in this situation, in which I would have just told everybody, get out of my way. This isn't your school. I understand everything is going on, I understand that you're scared, everyone has the same feeling of uneasiness, but we're the ones who are actually out there fighting and risking our lives. All you have to do is sit in this heavily fortified school that has had recent defense upgrades, can move, and is comparable to that of Tartarus. Now granted, Tartarus did get broken into, but hey, look, you win some, you lose some. This is your best option right now. What you should not be doing is outside in front of the defenses instead of behind the defenses. Are you all understanding what I'm saying here? Is it just me? Did y'all pick something up from this chapter? Do you feel like the civilians had a point to all of this? I think we're at a point now where they're just being more difficult than what they actually need to be. This is still a kid at the end of the day. You're a grown adult. And let's be honest with this. It might have been to a point to where if Midoriya wasn't out there doing what he needed to do, a lot of those civilians would not have made it to UA to begin with. I mean, we see Lizard Lady come back, okay? Shout out to Lizard Lady. She did stand up for Midoriya towards the end of everything. And shout out to Super Soaker Steve for also getting in there. I love when I see return characters come back. It's always a good feeling. But this one dude in the crowd, and honestly, when I read this, the way this one dude was just going out of his way to stop Midoriya from getting in addition to the flash that we had of TOGA in this chapter, I don't know if it was a flashback or if she's actually there. There was a lot of flashback and internal dialogue going on. It was a lot. This one dude just completely talking out of his ass is like, so what, you want us to look like that too? And he's referencing when Uraraka was talking about how he's covered in filth, he just needs somewhere to sleep. This dude's like, so you want us to look like that too? And she eats this man alive. Where did she say that? Where in anything that she said did she say that she wanted y'all out there covered in filth and fighting for your own lives and your own freedom? You have people here who are literally willing to fight supervillains and y'all are pushing the strongest one away. Couldn't be me. It could not have been me. Not at any way, shape, or form. I'm gonna welcome you with open arms. Alright, you get in here, you take a shower, you get some rest, because if they come back, I need you front and center for when I have to get the fuck out of there. You get in here, and it's not going to be running away. Don't get me wrong, no. That's not running away. That is a strategic withdrawal. I'm strategically allowing you to do your job as I make it away safely. But it's not over yet because Uraraka, she still has some shit to get off of her chest. She finally says it, what I have been saying for a while now. She says this is his school, okay? He is enrolled at UA. I'm sure all of his stuff is still there in the dorm behind the dude who is trying to keep him from getting in. Make matters worse, you have his mom bawling her eyes out, just crying, just wanting to hug, see her son, make sure that he's okay. Spoilers, he's not okay. And it's just very simple. There is no form of human compassion here at all. Let the man sleep. And going back to what I said earlier, because at this point in the chapter, this is where we get the flash of TOGA, and I'm not entirely sure if this was a flashback or not. She could be there, given her ability. It's not impossible. Like I stated earlier, it's really just this one dude who is trying to keep Midoriya out. Everyone else seems to just be going along with it, but they are listening to what Uraraka has to say, and you can see that she's winning the hearts of pretty much the entire crowd, but this one person. And it makes me nervous, because if Toga's there, that also means that Dabi is more than likely there. If Dabi's there, and Toga, it just might be everybody at this point. So we might be actually coming into the end games, the end times of My Hero Academia. This does seem like it's winding down very soon. I mean, if he's been out in the field this entire time fighting, trying to get closer to All for One. Didn't get closer. He's back at UA now. He's trying to get some rest, some food, some sleep, some medical attention. One dude's trying to keep him from it, telling him to go sleep somewhere else. It's not out of the realm of possibility that they could come up with the conclusion that, okay, the heroes are going to try to get Midoriya back. They're going to try to get him to UA and make it harder for the villains to try to get to him. If he was just out in the streets, it's not that hard to track him down. You just got to follow the breadcrumbs. He's blowing shit up every left and right. But if he's at the school behind all these upgraded defenses with the 1, 2, and 3 hero there and his entire class, look, Hirokoshi is a brilliant writer. He's a very smart writer, and if you think that this is not something that could be woven into the plot line, well, I mean, we're just gonna have to agree to disagree on this. But hearing Uraraka's words broke Midoriya even more, right? He drops to his knees. We see Lizard Lady and Super Soaker Steve. They break through the crowds finally. They're getting to their boy. And I'm pretty sure by next chapter, all of them, we're going to see them walking into UA. He's going to speak with the principal, debriefing. The only thing that I really want from this man, Midoriya, because he's giving me everything and then some. Only thing I want for him at this point, please, get a shower. First and foremost, get a shower. I don't care if you're bleeding in the shower. Wash your ass. All right, that's first. Second, stitches. He needs stitches immediately. All right, give him the best medical treatment you could possibly find. He's going to need a proper meal. Basically anything he needs, just give it to him, especially if you want him back out in the fight. That one civilian, I know I said I wasn't going to talk about him anymore, get him out, alright? Put him in the streets, tell him to go to a different school. They don't get to be here, okay? They don't get to be here, alright? I understand shit has hit the fan, but this is way too fucking much. When Uraraka, she says it herself in her flashback, if I'm quoting this correctly, the whole reason that she got into becoming a hero is because she wanted to see the smiles of the civilians. In this, she has a lot of internal dialogue where she's talking and she was like, I want to get back to that point. And heroes have a long way to go in order to try to earn those smiles back and be able to smile alongside of y'all. But harassing students, harassing heroes in training is not the fucking way to go. And speaking of the principal's bitch ass, he was sitting mad comfortable in the office. All of this is going down. You have Genie, you have Hawks, you have Endeavor. All of them are down there trying to talk to this man and trying to win the crowd over. Nothing but Uraraka. And who was it? Was it Bakugo? I think this was the last chapter, and even he's like, we have all of this defense and they're still acting like this. That's kind of what led me to think that it's a setup from TOGA and this is whole League of Villains thing, because I really thought it was going to dissipate last chapter, but it didn't, right? This one dude just kept on going, and the irony of it is he's wearing an All Might shirt, and yet he's this unreasonable, he's this unwilling to allow somebody to help them. But that is all I have for you. This is a wrap up of the past 3 chapters. This is a wrap up in me talking and ranting really about everything the civilians have done and said up until this point. It is just a mess. I really want to know where the next bit of this is going to go. And if TOGA is there, these defenses have absolutely failed, because what she is probably there to do is to sneak in and disable the security systems. And if she does that, all of the League of Villains and everybody's gonna flood UA. You're gonna have this massive battle, this massive bloodbath, and really, there will be a lot of symbolism that comes from My Hero Academia if Hirokoshi writes the final battle that Midoriya and All for One have, paralleling All Might's first fight that he had with the Nomu, right? That's really when Deku saw All Might, and we all saw All Might fight All Out for the first time when he was going up against the Nomu. So if he can wrap it up and bring that in full circle and give us a conclusion that's very, you know, symbolic, I think that would be amazing. But I've rambled on long enough. If you made it to the end, thank you. If you're new, go plus ultra and smash that subscribe button. Let me know you rock with the content that I put out on the channel. Like the video if you like the video, dislike the video if you dislike the video. Comment on the video your thoughts about what you think is going to go on and what you think is going to happen. How do you think this is going full swing? Did you hate the civilians as much as I did? Because I really did. Okay, I understand that they're written for that purpose, to be hated. I understand that's their role, and I understand what Hirokoshi is doing. This is a setup. It might be a double setup if the civilian turns out to be TOGA. They really don't have a defense for combating her and her quirk, okay? They might be able to distinguish TOGA from a hero. That's only because they have personal details about that hero and they can quiz her. They don't know these personal details of these civilians, so if she was just able to grab a civilian off the side of the street while they're going to UA, much like how we saw Lizard Lady going and Midoriya saved her from the thugs, if TOGA intercepted some random dude, it's entirely possible that she's him. And they have no way of verifying this at all. There's no scientific way or DNA test. It's like a perfect clone, a perfect replica outside of those memories. So We are gonna see. I love it. I love it. I love it. Subscribe if you are brand new, and like always, and until next time, I'm out. Only thing I want for him at this point, please get a shower. First and foremost, get a shower. I don't care if you're bleeding in the shower. Wash your ass. All right, that's first. Second, stitches. He needs stitches immediately. All right, give him the best medical treatment you could possibly find. He's gonna need a proper meal. Basically anything he needs, just give it to him, especially if you want him back out in the fight.